All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, what's up? What's up? Good morning, good morning. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. So, for those of you guys tuning in on YouTube, be sure to check out the disclaimer, which is on the screen right now. Know that day trading, of course, is risky business, all right? Risky business, and it's something that takes a lot of time to learn. No matter how easy it can seem at times and uncertain days, the risk is always real. Every time we're getting in, the risk is always real. So keep that in mind. And if you're someone who's new, even if you've been around the block a couple of times, but you're not quite consistently doing well, guys, take it slow. Utilize risk money and or the simulator, all right? Ensure that your tuition to the market is on the lower side of things. Other than that, remember live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade. Um, that's just not something that makes sense, especially with how I'm trading and how fast the trades are. Most of the times, I'm in and out within seconds. So just keep that in mind. It's a matter of understanding the strategy or a strategy, depending on, if you're looking at something different. Lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful with fake accounts. All right. I will never message you first. I will never message you first randomly for no reason. So just a quick heads up there, early disclaimer before we really jump into it. Let's bring up the Momo Pro scans and let's talk about what's moving. So there's a couple of stocks that I'm watching out for today. And might I say, I woke up feeling great today, watching at CPOP, which I think is one of the first stocks I ever traded going back to my Robinhood days in 2018. I remember this one from a while ago. TAOP. I think since then it's moved at least twice, 3 times over the years. IVP. So another example there of the history repeating itself, although it might not be the same exact move, but sometimes you'll see similar symbols, sometimes similar patterns, of course. SGD. So we got CPOP, TAOP, IVP, and SGD. I'm going to post that to the Discord as well as to the alert section. And of course, lastly, the YouTube stream. Tisha, what's up? Good morning. Daniel, how you doing? How you doing? Time to lock in. Time to lock in indeed. Seb, GD, Wave, what's up? What's up? Gus, Brad, how you doing? Brad has been around for a long time, man. Brad, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. So yeah, CPOP. Let's talk about this one. I believe it's the leading stock right now, up 116%, 16 million shares of volume. Right now, we got a high point of 380. Before that, we had the low of the last pullback around 44. I'm going to map out that level 43, 44 area. Since then, we've pushed up. We've had a high initially at 71, pulled back, and now recently attacking 80. So I'm going to map out 71 here actually, and depending on how the candlesticks hold up above this level, I think this is going to be my indicators as if I want to be early. As to if I want to be early getting in, let's say for a break of the pre-market high, right? Maybe there's an opening surge, but I'd love to see candlesticks really and truly closing above this level, around 70. But we'll see. We still got a couple of minutes to the open. So CPOP, okay, let me check out the daily chart. The last time I traded it, the 200 EMA was at 83. And there was a daily level, a few candles really, going back till February 29th, around that area. So I'm going to change the color of this candlestick, or let's say this trend line, to blue. The 200 EMA is now at 325. So we are above that level. Okay, room to the upside. Potentially, and let me hold up. Let me turn on my screen recording here. It seems like there might be room to 470. 470, the high point of February 26th. And then from there, we got some bigger candlesticks. 470. fair target for where we are now. But if it's really strong, going back to February 23rd, high point of 670. This is where we really start to open up. If this thing really is aggressive and keeps going. And then we even have candlesticks at $8, $9.67, and $9.40. So really and truly $7, you know, if possible. If this is super strong today and does another 100%, sometimes it does happen. We'll see if today is one of those days. Moving on, TAOP. This one is up 42%, 6 million shares of volume. High point at 153. Low of the pullback has been around 110. This is also a stock I've traded before. 200 EMA on the daily chart is at 233. A good old reunion, it would seem. Looking at the daily chart, we had a red candle that gapped down on February 14th with a high point of 198. Perhaps an area of concern. Maybe an area short sellers might be keeping an eye on to go short again so this thing does come up. Going back to November of last year, I see 228, also a high point where we gapped down. Decent volume on that day as well. You know, but sometimes these levels, they don't really mean much. On other days they do, right? Depending on, you know, the aggression. Sometimes some of these stocks, they just go crazy. So we'll see. We will see. 265, also an area where we had some trouble. Okay, moving on to IVP. IVP, this one, we got a high point of 564. 564 high point. We had a low around 469. We did break below that level slightly and then crawled back up. This daily chart actually looks good. Hold up. IVP. Well, okay. Maybe have splits. It seems like it might have had a split. Thinkorswim is telling me the highest point is 410 prior to today. E-Trade is telling me 400. So I'm guessing there had to have been some sort of split. Maybe 10 for 1 or something. Okay, cool. So if 410 was the actual all-time high, we're above that level right now. So if we can see a red to green on this, you know, perhaps we can have a nice range to the upside. We'll see. IVP, not looking bad. Up 32%, 6 million shares of volume. You guys know every time I show up here, I'm always excited, man. You know, going through a bit of a rough patch, but, you know, I feel better than ever. Relentless positivity, relentless energy, relentless confidence. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say I can already feel the green. I can feel the green, man. I feel good. It's a matter of just coming in and executing. You know, yesterday we did miss some opportunities, so I think perhaps we can be a little bit more aggressive to try and capture that front side. And, you know, at that point, look to reduce my risk and hold on to the gains. My goal, of course, not to start red, so I want to be careful. Don't want to be overly aggressive in the first minute if I'm not seeing what I like. I'm still going to keep to 1,000 shares, 1,500 max. Again, if something is really, if I'm connecting on something like butter, I'd size up, but, you know, I still wouldn't want to go too crazy to like 10,000, maybe like 2-3K shares, right? Just a little bit. But yeah, other than that, still trader rehab, still taking it slow, still taking it easy. If you're now tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, be sure to hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. Right now we have about 400 people tuning in, which is already quite a lot so far. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, guys. It definitely helps out the channel. We do appreciate it. So yeah, you know, another day to be disciplined, another day to follow our rules, another day to manage risk. Nothing that we haven't been doing for months, and years now, right? Even if you're new, you've been studying, you've been practicing. So let's look to apply the information. So I'll be watching CPOP. It looks like it's coming down a little bit here actually into the open, but we'll go from there. Another beautiful day at long last. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Here we go. A couple seconds. What will it be? Which one is it gonna be? So low 45 and a quick move up here. Looks like I gotta turn my volume down a little bit. I'll do that in a sec. That chime. There's some sellers coming in. I'm gonna reduce the half size CPOP for now. $59, $60. It's turning a little bit here. We'll see if it's able to push through. It's going up, but the volatility is definitely there. We're seeing it coming right back down very quickly. Okay. We're going to reclaim 50. Very good. Throwing out some orders, really small size. Just trying to get a feel here. Just trying to get a bit of a feel. IVP, on the other hand. IVP, on the other hand, nice move. 61 to 525. There's a couple cents. It definitely has a bit of a range to it. It's a little risky with how those bids are coming down. Yeah, it has risk to it. IVP has some risk here.
DXPA.
Oh, that chime is so annoying. I can't even get a break to stop to take it down. Oh, CPOP. Good red to green there. Oh my gosh, they're all over the place. This one is halting down now after being so strong. Switching back. CPOP. I'm trying to not miss this front side move, but sometimes, hey, the high was 99.
CDLX.
Small pullback there to 72, CPOP. It seems a little extended here. Seems just a little extended. Waiting patiently. It's pretty volatile. Got to be careful with the fills. It's battling here. Scratch trade. So I missed the incline again today. Not great, but okay, cool, you know. High of the current candles 04, high of the last 08. Waiting patiently. Yeah, this is a problem. Where I want to buy and where I'm actually buying is like a 8 cents difference almost every time just off of how fast the stock is moving. So I'm gonna let it bottom here. Gave it an attempt already. I'm gonna let it bottom. 63 so far. The volatility is on steroids. What a red to green. What a red to green. Is so wild. It's honestly a little too wild. Quite the red to green there though. We didn't linger, we didn't hesitate, we didn't go sideways down there at 70, 80, right back up. IVP resumed lower and is pulling back. There seems to be a small bid here. Yeah, the volatility. I think putting out some orders on the ask could help too. I'm definitely gonna do that. The volatility is insane. It's a lot of lingering here. The low of the last was 80. High of the last is 05. Our last 5 minute candle was a little bit of indecision. Waiting patiently. I like that we didn't fail immediately, so I'll give it a shot here. Take me to the moon. Take me to the moon. 13. This is a big area. If it's good, it should go. I wonder what's. I wonder if this volatility is just like more volume or something. I mean, we only have 36 million shares. It's like if the market maker who's like handling this stock is like updated. It's like it's much more fluid. Honestly, it's like it's faster. But maybe it also could be, liquidity towards the bids just not being as high, right? Because our bids are like evaporating, and I guess we're just not seeing big bids really. Maybe less hidden orders, because usually at certain price points, like there's so many hidden orders and bigger orders that we're not fluctuating to the downside as much, right? So the downside risk is definitely present despite us uptrending at times. Oh, okay, we held up, and okay, for the first time, we're seeing some bigger buys. We held up right there, despite the selling pressure. I want to see the moon. Take me to the moon. 14. Do I hear 20, 25? Or am I delusional? All right, I'll get back in. I'll wait. But I want to be careful of false breakouts. Frustration. Will we see a massive red to green again? Waiting for 89. If I see 89, I'll be back in. 70. Oh, 85. Can we push through? Moment of truth. Uh, uh, it might go to the depths. Our bias can change so quickly, right? We'll see what it does. looking at this, like, it makes perfect sense why I'm so red with size. Like, I can't imagine trading this with 3,000 shares. I'm trying to buy it for, but it's moving so fast. There's no green or nothing on the tape, but we're back at '08, like instantly. If I'm trying to buy it for and fill it '08, 3,000 shares, I'm already down 300 in the trade versus where I should have been in and what my risk is. So because it's a high fill, it's an insta sell. It probably is back at 4 already. It's like, come on. I mean, it's definitely this is definitely interesting. I mean, we'll see how we'll see how long this lasts. But I continue to miss this front side, like this in terms of like the first incline. Let's not call it the front side. Let's say the incline. I'm missing this incline every time, whether I'm looking away or not liking the lows, and it just rips up aggressively. This is decent here. We had a higher low. The low of the last 5-minute candle is 72. Right now we have a low of 80. So we'll see if this does curl back up eventually. But yeah, I can't see myself using size right now. It's a nightmare really for these lightning quick scalps. For the longer hold, I think it's different. But for the longer hold, usually you want to do a good job determining the low so that you can risk appropriately and then give it time. But if you're having trouble determining the low with size, especially if you're not scaling in with size, if you're using like a bigger block at once, you can get caught pretty easily. Scaling in can be better, but I mean, even scaling in is sometimes tricky. Before you know it, you're just buying the dip that's not bouncing. So there's all risk through and through. High of the last is 15. So it seems like we had a higher low from 80 up to 4. Not bad. This candle has 2 minutes. It needs to make up its mind. Retest of the lows, or are we holding up? Scratch trade. I'll get back in. I want to be very careful with this area because if it sells off, I'm not looking to take a loss. Just want to take it easy. I haven't really been watching the market for the entire day in months. Like I haven't sat here and watched till 4 o'clock. I wonder if there's better opportunities like later. Not that this opportunity is bad per se, but for the style, it's not ideal. It's not, we kind of need a little bit less downside risk in the uptrend. No shares to short. Looks like that might have been a losing trade. Can we get back to 80 here? Tight stop. What's the time? Are we looking? Actually, doesn't look bad. I mean, we've had a lot of topping wicks, but what I need to do in this type of area is make up my mind quicker. Right there, I'm kind of giving it a bit of a scalp attempt to see if we can at least curl back a little bit, but perhaps better to be in with a stop in place and just kind of seeing what it does is what I can do. As long as it doesn't flush, I don't mind. I'll give it a chance. If it doesn't hold up, it's basically backside. Now, yesterday what we saw is that the stock pulled back more and then bounced, but today I'll give it a chance. What will it be? If it's good, I'll be in for like 5-10 minutes and we'll see what it does. But if not, to the depths, and I'll be cutting it for a loss. I'd want to see us base out here, and then of course the 1 minute candle make the new high. The new candle is 8 seconds out. And we push through 60, 64, 65. This candle has 2 minutes left. If it can't get through this level, I might cut it early. There's a lot of green, but we're not going. $53, $54. If we don't see a quick bounce, yeah, that'll do it. To the depths, to the gallows, perhaps. I'll watch for scalps if it gets back over the level here. Son of a gun, I tell you with these stocks, man. It stops me out only to now come back to go over the level. Can't make this stuff up. Come on. It's gonna kind of throw off the trade. This is still a scalp trade, but kind of give it a little bit of a chance, but I'd prefer to be in holding here, still full size. Full 1K shares, just waiting. I'd expect 85 if this is real red to green. The 5 minute candle needs to make the new high over 78. If this is like a real red to green, not bad to see a pullback here. I think that's pretty fair. In fact, I could have added back right there if I was being more aggressive. I should have. Wouldn't have been bad because the stop would have been tight. So right here is key. Key area right here. I'm going to actually take it off and get back in if we can push through. Big level, big level. As long as it doesn't fall as a breakout, and does nonsense. Hopefully we can eventually see. So that trade at 60, the goal would have been to still be holding and, you know, kind of selling half now, but we have to improvise. I am thinking about sizing up because I'm in a decent rhythm. I'm gonna go to 1500, but I gotta be accurate here if we got these small baby pullbacks in here. That's that's not accurate. See, that's again the volatility. I'm gonna use limit orders. Tried for 72. I'm in at 78. All right, better, much better. Do not fail miserably, please. Big level here. The 5-minute candle is under stress, so it's key if we can hold up this level. So far, so good. Time. Could be out too soon. Okay, no, I'm not. Yeah, struggling there, man. That's a great red to green is failing miserably. Yeah, the 5-minute candle is under some stress, but I'd have loved to see us back over 75 right there. I'm in a nice rhythm. I know we should be seeing a pullback because the move up was so good. The volatility, man. And I'm buying quick. Like that was a quick buy. It's already back at 80 before I can blink. So it's best to put out the limit orders and not get filled, really. You know, it's just way better. It's best to put it out, not get filled, than to get filled high and then you lose something. Especially because we're not really continuing immediately in those type of areas. So the higher fill is just a guaranteed losing trade. I don't know. This could be the backside, unless we see another, I don't know, another move up from 40. But I don't like how he fell off a cliff from that beautiful move back up. And to even get chopped out before the move, man. So if I was still in on the original move at 60, the goal would have been to sell half somewhere between 75 and 85, and then have a trailing stop on the rest of the position. If I felt too uncomfortable there where I sold that last trade, the scalp trade at like 68, that's where I would have been selling it. But you can see if I held that half of, you know, the position, I would have been stopping out at 40 from 60 entry. So that would have been a kind of like a tricky area there to see if I would have held it or not. To miss this front side though, I think, you know, right here I'm kind of missing some nice sweet gains. So we'll see if something else is moving. IVP, not quite. SGD, not quite. TAOP. Are the market orders going to the depths? I think that's a fair question to ask. And the only reason why I'd even mention that is because we're actually transitioning over to you know, this other company. Is this more of the integration? I mean, if it is, there's going to be some adjustments that I'll have to make. The momentum is still good, just the hyper scalping not working as well because of how fast prices are fluctuating. So capturing that first move up is going to be key. And then I think honestly, I'll do better. I'll do better under a different market where the breakouts are not so aggressive. When the breakouts are this aggressive, it becomes very difficult to determine what the dip should be because we're extended. An extended, when you're extended, it's like the dip could kind of be anything. And we did go from the same CPOP, right? Without a red candle, we went from 334 to 412. You start to ask yourself, okay, where's the pullback? So on this first red candle, which I do like to attack, I'm more passive. Let's see, 35, 36. Did I get a chance to get in? 35. No, not quite. None of these trades are towards mid to low 80s, which is not good. Kind of caught it back over 4. And the fluctuation is playing a role there too, because let's say we're coming down 88. Red is printing, the stock teleports back to 95, but it's like you're kind of expecting more of a pullback because of the red printing on the tape. So I think a good thing is to be very aggressive in those key areas. And TBL, I'll check it out. Yeah, I think being aggressive in those areas, despite what the tape is saying, and just being within the proximity of what we think support should be, or what support is good enough. That with tight stops. And TBL, we'll see how it does. Let me get it on a level 2 here. Also, there was a cheaper stock. I believe SGD was that cheaper stock. How's it doing? SGD. Not much. Is there anything else? I still think even the trade I got stopped out, I probably should have been out. I think I could have been out. I probably could have been out because there was clear resistance there. It's so close every time. It's so tricky because, not that I'm overcompensating to say, but a couple days ago, similar situation. I'm out. I look back, the thing is at 75.80. You give it a chance here, it's in the depths. All this though, I think is pretty encouraging. So we'll see. We'll see. If there's something else that comes. Right now, NTBL. We'll see if it's able to curl up. There's definitely some volume here. You don't have to tell me twice. Once there's a big seller that hits the bid, I'll be in. There's a big buyer rather that hits the bid. There's a seller now. That order's getting filled. Can we push through? It's coming right back down. High of day is what? 71. There's another sell. There's two sellers. Okay, there's one still at 68, 12,000. There was one at 65, about 12,000. I thought that was the same seller who canceled and came back in lower. So if I realized that, I could have avoided that buy. If it doesn't hold here, it probably is going to come down 55. What's crazy is that under normal circumstances, I'd be in 7,500 shares right there. Instead, I'm in 2,000 shares. The market is something else, though. I mean, we've had trades too in those situations where I'm in like that. We go straight to 85. It's like such a sweet move, so quick. The risk is definitely present, but I see all this stuff very clearly in my mind. So, just a matter of just keeping it tight and waiting patiently. There's another bit wall here for some buyers coming in, 61, 62 area. Maybe it's not done yet. And we need to pull back. It's actually beating my expectations. There are sellers though. More sellers, 80, 25,000, and a few others. Come on. It's just a wall of sellers at every turn. It has potential though. It has potential. I also feel like I might be over trading it a little bit though, because it's not really moving. And there's more sellers. 83. And like some big sellers, right? Like 25,000 shares just casually coming in on the ask. Time for these blue light glasses. Gotta save my eyes from going to the depths. So NTBL, the ticker that I'm watching at right now, has potential, but a lot of sellers are definitely here as well. We still haven't really had a pullback. It's like still at the highs right here. Would have loved to see 85, 86. SF, GTHX. SF, I appreciate the call outs, brother. You guys know me. Once I start looking at one, we are locked in. NTBL, we'll keep an eye on. We'll see if it continues. Sizing back down to 1K. NTBL finally pulling back, and it's pulled back to the VWAP. That pullback trade worked out exceptionally well. The breakout over 50, not so well. It seems like we don't have a lot of sellers, but it might be hidden sellers. It's holding fairly high for now. Will it try again? A lot of indecision here. Sizing down. Thought it was ready right there, not quite. From 45 to 62, but back down to 45. It seems like there's hidden orders here, but not quite enough to get us to the next level, which I would have considered to be 70, 75 area. So there's 60 again. Can we get up to 70, 75 this time? Okay, there's 70 on the ask. Oh, no. Gotta be careful if it flush. If it comes down through 45, it more than likely will flush down through this level. But whoever's buying here, they're buying for sure. They're still buying. Every time it comes down there, it's coming back up. It's not really going below 44, 45. But how many shares do they have left? It's the difficult part about taking a trade on a hidden buyer. So it's bounced up one again. It's 57. The risk is there, but it's also an entry is also there if you're willing to take it. The new candle on the one will be here in about 30 seconds. GH. Tell you, man. When I got chopped out there, 58 area. There's 15 seconds left in this 5-minute candle. So it looks like it's about to close here. Doesn't seem like it's going to test the highs. At least not yet. Can't get a grip on this one. GTHX. Will we see over 80? There's a huge seller at 70. I like that it didn't sell off. We're also not bouncing here. I don't know. This one is kind of strange, man. Kind of strange. That seller's gone, by the way. Maybe they canceled. Well, we see a push through 80. High 603. Okay, too aggressive. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade this one. I think it's a disaster. I'll be waiting on something else. The only good trade I had was the first trade. I'm not interested. Scratch trades, but still just can't get a gauge on the price action at all. Price action is in the depths. CPOP sold off, by the way. GTHX hasn't had a red candle on the 5, so probably might be finished. The halt down is at 19. Let's see how the Discord is doing. We had a ton of callouts. Doesn't seem like a lot of people posted yet. It's still pretty early. Trader Chris took some bigger losses today. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of posts. It's still pretty early. Where am I on the day after those losses? Down 180. Small red. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in this live stream, I think if I was using size, I'd have been big red both today and I don't know. Yesterday would have been close, but I think today would have been like red, like very red, because it would have compounded, man. The fills would have got me. The volatility really would have got me. It adds up quickly. 3,000 shares, 2,500 shares. You're in high a couple times. 8 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents. Adds up very quickly. Let's see how the YouTube live stream is doing. Looks like there's a couple of conversations going on, which is good. SGD, big drop. You got to cut the losses on some shorts. Yeah, if you're going short, you got to definitely be able to cut the trades. If not, if a stock does go up a lot, I mean, it could be a huge issue. I'd say the best stock might have been CPOP, but a little tricky. Is the first wave of momentum finished? That's the question. Is the first wave of momentum finished? It's already the 9th. Time is going fast. Day number 2 of Trader Rehab. Reduce size, taking it easy. I'm very optimistic. The summer months, the sun is usually shining its brightest. So I'm looking forward to the opportunities that's to come. By the end of this week, I think almost everybody will be transitioned over to Schwab, so we'll see. There has been some concerns that we've heard, people saying they're not being margin, or let's say access to margin on certain stocks below like $3, right? Essentially meaning like we'll have cash accounts for those stocks. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. You got to really jump into the fire to really experience everything in this type of situation. One stock was restricted for some people that was transitioned already, I think last week, Almost everyone on Thinkorswim was still, or let's say at TD, was still able to trade it. I think that should never be the case, but we'll see. We gotta like get clarification, right? Because then I've even also heard it's like, hey, your account will still act as a PDT account. You just won't be able to borrow money on those particular stocks, right? Like leverage wise. So there's still so many different things you're hearing. So we gotta just transition and see what it's all about. I should have stopped trading the stock sooner. I mean, I took like besides that first trade, which was like that dip, nothing worked since then. I should have like stopped way sooner. Like break of 50, I kind of felt like I was over trading it. The breakout at 70 did work, but it's like just so many trades for just one opportunity. Like way too many paper cuts trying to get the actual trade. SGD, yeah, I didn't really watch it SGD early. Did give a nice move over VWAP. 22%, not bad. From 79 to 96, pretty decent. Perhaps there's a round two here later in the day if it's able to get a review up. I'm not interested now. It would have to like, prove a little more um what's the word? When I get old, I better not have any of those crazy diseases, I tell you. Alzheimer's and that's I too young to be forgetting these things. Continuation. I still continuation? No, confirmation. Confirmation. Still need some more confirmation. But it's bad how I can't remember the symbols in these things. I'm not sure if it's everybody, but I trade the symbol now, talking to Marcelo 30 minutes later, and after we're done, it's like, what was the name of that stock again? I tell you. I can create a couple of polls. I'm gonna create a poll. It's been a long time. So let's put on the YouTube stream. Are you guys green or red today? Green, red, or break even? Green, red, or flat? I'm gonna start one in the Discord as well. Every time I come here, okay, there we go. Mentally. Day trading, I tell you, man. Day trading, day trading. At the very least, it's interesting. That at least makes it fun. So I mean, you can get you can get pretty numb to the numbers, you know. You can get pretty numb to the numbers very quickly. So sometimes you need things to be shaken up a little bit so that you can add some spice. We got 24 votes in the Discord. 89 votes on the YouTube stream. We got 38% of people on the YouTube stream saying that they're green, 44% of people saying that they're red, 17% of people saying that they're flat. So it looks like the YouTube stream are kind of red. 92 votes. Let's see, Discord votes. We got 47% of people saying red, 28% of people saying green, 17% of people saying flat, and 11% no trades. So it looks like the broader community is a little red today. You got to stay optimistic, and if you're going through a rough patch, you got to size down. You cannot lose at the same rate that you can bring in the gains. It becomes troublesome if you got to dig yourself out of a pretty big hole. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to, I have no ego here. I have no pride in the wrong areas, right? I've mentioned in hot markets, like if I have to go down to one share size, whatever it takes to ensure success, doing things like I'm doing now, sizing down, all part of the process. I've had to do this before, maybe 300 times throughout the years. The longest I've ever been like sideways was 6 months. Other than that, we've had stretches. I think like 2022. I think between like October and like December. You know, there's been some slower markets, trickier momentum. Like October 2020, when I had that red month, it was one of the hottest markets, and the breakout trades that were working so well the month before, in that month, same type of trades I'm taking, resulting in losses every single time. You know, so even seeing something like this where the volatility is becoming an issue, it's like it's not really surprising, right? Like we've seen this type of thing already. There'll be some, shifts, whatever that might mean on the back end of the market. Okay, so for those of you watching on, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing. I think we can look at my metrics here for the last couple of days, and then maybe we can sign out. Uh, Unless something else starts to move, I'll be on the sidelines. And I can import for today and yesterday. We'll import from Tuesday. I think we got Monday imported already. Friday was such, might I say, BS. Friday was such nonsense, man. Like, okay, I was green 1800, whatever. Went back to red. Red 1K, green 1800, back to red. But I ended the live stream down like 200. I'm like, hey, you know what? Great effort. We fought a good fight. And I told myself, okay, I'm gonna move away from the screens, take 5-10 minutes just to kind of relax a little bit, and then kind of start the back end work that I do. The moment I was about to leave, this stock is halted up. I'm like, okay, small size first. We're not going to be aggressive. Dips. The rip starts. I'm a little late to the rip, but I'm in. I'm expecting break of 11. The stock teleports down to $9. Thank goodness I did not try with size, but still to lose 2,300 in 1 second in one trade where I'm using small size. When that happened, I kind of shook my head and I just X'd out my screens. I'm like, what, whatever, man. Like, just come on, come on. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to get out of here. Not let not let the frustration get to you, because at the end of the day, it's the same trade I took so many other times that paid off so well, and it could have been the equal and opposite reaction, and I would have been in the recap saying, hey, plus 2K day, after going back red again. SGD, I got my eyes on it here. We'll see if it does maintain. Oh, 90. Whoa, it's a little aggressive here. The bid price, though, not really jumping up there. See, I honestly would have expected a pullback after us getting to 85 right there. Now it's pushing 90. SGD, how much shares would I want to use on a stock like this? Being that it's so cheap, I don't think I'd want to go over 2,500, to be honest, because it's showing that it can drop. Nope, let's wait. It's having trouble breaking 90, 87. I'll give it a sec. I'll be waiting. And I keep talking in this plural that, it's like, I don't know if that ever comes off in the wrong way. But I mean, as I'm taking the trade, I need to wait. It's not pushing through the level immediately. $89. There's some sellers here. There's a bid as well. It's not pushing. Can we pull away? Can we pull away? I might have sold too soon. Well, we're not seeing the separation. Do we need that bigger pullback? That was a pretty big bid that was there. Perhaps we do. Perhaps we do. I'll have to import again for today. after these trades here. Time 47. No fill. Big moment here if we can get up over the ask. The candlestick has a minute. Now is a prime time if we're going to curl. If not, I'll be cutting this. Prime time, prime time. Can we see something? A 1 minute candle to make the new highs at 89. Cutting at scratch. This candle's about to close in a couple seconds. 5 minute candle doesn't look so good. And we didn't get the 1 minute candle to make the new high right there, so easing off. Yeah, SGD, I'll wait. I'll wait a little more. GTHX, I'm honestly not interested. I can keep it up here on the side, but it might be a good place to shut it down. Shut it down. Thought SGD might have had a chance here. The 5 minute candle still a little weaker, but a good bottoming wick. Just waiting patiently. That's so silly. This might be a false breakout though. High is at 92. I only saw about 90 on the ask. Fair trade. Looks like it's not ready yet for the breakout. We're holding 91 pretty well. Yeah, I see 96, 97. All right, that might do it. I mean, the stock has everything right here to go to a dollar. It's not moving. So I think I'll take my cue and get out of here. Yeah, these glasses make a huge difference when it comes to that light, man. The blue light, I think you can adjust it. You can adjust how yellow it is. Well, we've added a little more to the losses than we would like, so we will be out. Let me re-upload to TraderView. I gotta re-import because I took a couple of trades there at the end. So I'm gonna come back. I think I imported already. Hold up. Reset. Export the file. Save. Import. TraderView. Where are we after those losses? Down 300 bucks. Calendar. Dual screen, single screen. These are the stats the last 4 or 5 days, which is why we had to size down. Average loss 1100. Why is Tuesday, Wednesday not here? But let me just do everything from the first. Just do one big aggregate. Looks like I made a mistake in the import just now, or maybe earlier. SGD, man. I would have thought this thing could have got up to like 110. Not good, brother. Not good. Monday and Friday, not great days. I think everything else has been well within the risk management system. These 2 days, I mean, they're still well within what we can afford, but still, Friday, man, Friday, rough day, and then Monday. I think Monday really and truly was the worst one because of how aggressive we were and just not being able to capitalize with that volatility. Friday more of a roller coaster. Monday was just bottom. The biggest move up we had was from down, and I think this is where we did damage control from down like 2800 I think at the time to down to 2k. Sometimes this thing doesn't reflect accurately. And then we took that massive loss. May. Yesterday a bit of a close day, but missing the front side move did not help, man. Today we missed the front side move too, which is a little frustrating. Let's not say the front side move, the incline up. I gotta say the incline. We missed the incline, like the huge green candles going up, ripping up on the leading stock. There's a lot of month left, so I feel pretty good about recovering the losses. 6,600. While it is a fair amount. It's still one solid day, so that's always good. But we gotta continue with this small size here until we can see a little more consistency for the style. Once the volatility takes a bit of a step back and the bids are holding up a little bit better, I think we'll be seeing some nice action, some nice gains. So if we come to the cumulative drawdown and we expand back to 1 month, or let's say the beginning of the year, let's go to detail. Hold on, we'll come back over here. Let's go to detail and win-loss expectation. So this is kind of like the sideways patch. Really since the difference between early April and now, there was 3 weeks within April where I'd say the momentum was kind of soft. we did have RENT, AUUD, and LASE. I think like midway in the month in week 3, week 2. But other than that, I thought the month is like pretty slow. I still think AUUD on that day I could have done well, man. I think that day I could have done well. That's the day I had all the construction going on in this house, and then at 9:30, the doorbell's ringing. There's some guys doing city work. I needed to move my car because they were taking down one of the posts. I still think I could have done well that day. But anyhow, whatever. So yeah, this is where we are right now. Sideways. We gotta not let this go lower. Maintain, and then let's bring up the EpiPen. In fact, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on this. Can I get this individual box? Okay, here we go. Okay, maybe not. It doesn't look as clean. Oh, I guess this will work. Yeah, what we don't need is for this to be going down. Right? So, sideways. And then parabolic. And then to the moon once again. So, slowly but surely, looking forward to the equity curve going back on the incline. It's been a decent year so far. We just got to continue to be patient. If I go back to let's refresh this entire thing and come back down here. There's been like some bigger drawdowns. Well, we really would have to okay, this shows it here. Right? Where we were down 4,000. The drawdowns, of course, naturally getting bigger because we've been using more risk. And that's what this really is. This is just 2 red days, really and truly, of down 5K. That's all this really is. 2 red days of down 5K. Kind of getting caught. So the drawdowns getting bigger, which we know, just part of the deal. Part of the deal. We've kept it pretty tight though for the most part, especially throughout the last like 9 months. I think it's pretty impressive, really. GTHX, another move back up. GTHX. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. But part of the system, part of the process. Just gotta stay locked in. Yeah, I think I'm out of here. So for those of you going all the way till 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient, continue to look forward to the opportunities that you know and love. Of course, if you're interested in joining the community, you guys can check out the Discord. That's our chat room. That's where we hang out each and every day before the live stream, during the live stream, and of course after the live stream. We'll also hang out there on weekends. And other than that, yeah, check out the classes for those of you guys who are interested in learning how to trade this hyper scalping style. You guys can feel free to check out MMU, Merciless Markets. Merciless Markets is a day trading course that I have. It's more like a service, really, because of all the things we provide. It's not just the course. The course is here, which does go from 0 to advanced. You guys can feel free to check out the website, take a look at the curriculum. I'm gonna post it to the Discord, and to the YouTube live stream in case anybody's interested. Yeah, you can check out the curriculum, right? It's pretty extensive. We do cover a lot. There's 32 chapters in total. But yeah, you guys can check it out. And you know, the reason why it's a service and a subscription is because there's ongoing things that we do, such as weekly Q&As, one-on-one mentorships, and of course the upload of our daily live trading video every single day. So if you want to go back up to, you know, a year ago plus and say, hey, how did Marcelo do on this day? How did Tim do on this day? How did Relentless do on this day? How did, you know, Triad do on this day, right? You can go back and watch those videos. All the big green days, all the big red days, everything in between. You know, hey, how did RT do on this day of up 26K? How did he do it? You know, how did he lose $2,300 on Friday, right? How did he get caught in this halt down? I want to see this. All of that is uploaded every single day with all of our indicators that we use. I'm always looking up through all the videos because, you know, ultimately I'm watching up at this screen right here. Why is it? Okay, it's up here. Yeah, I'm always looking up here because, you know, this is where my extra screen is, right? As I'm keeping an eye on GTHX. You know, it's done all right. It's flagging. Will it go again? Maybe, right? I'm not interested in it though. I'm done. But yeah, so this screen is being recorded even now and will be uploaded to the classes later. Where's my webcam, by the way? Is my webcam not up there? What's going on? Okay, no, it looks good. Goodness. Did I have these screens inverted? I hope not. I think I might have had them inverted there for a second. I hope that wasn't the case. Well, maybe it was. I mean, it's okay. It's all good. All good in the neighborhood. But yeah, check out the scanner as well, right? Momo Pro. This is the scanning software here that I use, which does now include the halt levels, which is I think a pretty big advantage for a lot of people. Other than that, stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys later. It's been Relentless Trader. Hit that thumbs up on the way out if you have not already. I gotta not keep this up here. Yeah, hit that thumbs up on the way out. And I'll catch you guys later. Oh, also, don't let me forget. You can utilize coupon code Miami if you are interested in the classes for 40% off. Now, we're out of here. See you guys tomorrow. Bright and early again, 9:15 a.m.